Let's understand the July item of the month, the package Roman Candelabra, and rate it for different styles of play. Open the package Roman Candelabra to get the Roman Candelabra, an offhand item. When equipped, it will add to your maximum hit and mana points, muscle, mysticality, and moxie stats, and may add elemental damage depending on your active effects. The amount of each enchantment is described in Roman numerals. As a short explanation of Roman numerals, V represents 5, X is 10, L is 50, C is 100, and D is 500. A smaller number in front of a larger number is subtracted, while a smaller number after a larger number is added. As an example, XL is 40, while LX is 60. Repeating the same number means they are added together, such as XX420. The Roman Candelabra starts out with an additional 20 each for hit and mana points and 10 each for muscle, mysticality, and moxie and elemental damage. Many of the enchantments improve as you use the Candelabra's combat skills until they reset when you ascend. The maximum possible hit and mana point enchantment is an additional 400. For muscle, mysticality, and moxie, the maximum is 200, while elemental damage cannot be improved and remains at 10 when it is available. Each combat skill from equipping the Roman Candelabra does not cost mana points to cast and is aligned with different elements in Candelabra enchantments. Using the skill Blow the Blue Candle stuns your opponent for 3 rounds, heals for 25 times your character level in mana points, for example 250 mana points at level 10, increases the muscle enchantment on the Candelabra by 5, and gives 20 adventures of the effect Everything Looks Blue. The family of effects with names that start out Everything Looks cannot be removed using soft green Echo Eyedrop antidotes and prevent casting the related skill until the effect is gone. The effect duration serves as a limit to the number of daily casts. For example, if you typically have 200 adventures in a day, you can blow the blue candle at most 11 times. The Roman Candelabra's cold damage enchantment will disappear whenever Everything Looks Blue is active, even if it's from a different source, such as the Clan VIP Underground Fireworks Shop's Blue Rocket. Using the skill Blow the Green Candle lets you run away from combat without using an adventure, increases the mysticality enchantment on the Candelabra by 5, and gives 30 adventures of the effect Everything Looks Green. The Roman Candelabra's stench damage enchantment will disappear whenever Everything Looks Green is active. Blow the Green Candle is functionally equivalent to the February 2024 item of the month Spring Shoes' skill Spring Away. Using the skill Blow the Purple Candle creates a copy of the current monster which must be fought immediately after you win. No opportunity to change equipment or buffs. Increases the Moxie enchantment on the Candelabra by 5 and gives 50 adventures of the brand new effect Everything Looks Purple. The Roman Candelabra's Sleaze damage enchantment will disappear whenever Everything Looks Purple is active. Just like other copy methods, Blow the Purple Candle has limits. You cannot use it on boss or other special monsters. You must have at least 2 adventures left to cover both combats, and if you lose your fight, you also lose the copy. You cannot use Blow the Purple Candle to search the drawers on the animated ornate nightstand twice in a row, since the first nightstand's non-combat gets skipped. Using the skill Blow the Red Candle does hot damage, gives a small amount of stats, increases the hit point enchantment on the Candelabra by 10, and gives 30 adventures of the effect Everything Looks Red. The Roman Candelabra's hot damage enchantment will disappear whenever Everything Looks Red is active. Owners of the March 2024 item of the month Ever Full Dart Holster will recognize Everything Looks Red as the effect from hitting the bullseye for a free adventure combat win. The free adventure combat win is far superior to Blow the Red Candle, so the Candelabra's skill will rarely be used if you also have the Ever Full Dart Holster. Finally, using the skill Blow the Yellow Candle immediately wins the fight against typical monsters, not bosses or other special monsters, forces your opponent to drop all their non-conditional items, increases the mana point enchantment on the Candelabra by 10, and gives 75 adventures of the effect Everything Looks Yellow. The Roman Candelabra's spooky damage enchantment will disappear whenever Everything Looks Yellow is active. Conditional item drops, sometimes also called rares, such as the Elfguard Scuba Tank from this past Crimbo, cannot be forced. Blow the Yellow Candle is the most recent iteration of the ability to win a fight and force items to drop, which is common enough in Mr. Store items that it is called a Yellow Ray for short. The only other Yellow Ray in Standard is the September 2022 Mr. Store item of the month Jurassic Parka's skill Spit Jurassic Acid with 99 adventures of the Everything Looks Yellow cooldown. While the Parka's cooldown period is longer, preventing you from casting a skill as often as Blow the Yellow Candle, the Parka's Spit Jurassic Acid does not use an adventure. Owners of both Mr. Store items can choose choose which yellow ray to use depending on whether adventure cost or number of casts is more important. The enchantments, combat skills, and cooldown effects on the Roman Candelabra are both powerful and a lot to juggle. As we've seen, using skills from other Mr. Store items in standard, such as the Jurassic Parka or Spring Shoes, may prevent you from using their counterpart Roman Candelabra skills and vice versa. Prismatic damage from the Roman Candelabra is valuable in many situations during a run, such as the typical Tavern Cellar elemental test non-combats, but must be timed for when you have not used the corresponding combat skills. The more you use the Candelabra's combat skills, the better the buffs the offhand provides. People who enjoy planning out their runs have a lot to love, while others may not use many of the Candelabra's features due to conflicting needs. So how does the packaged Roman Candelabra measure up? It is a Swiss Army knife that's useful in many situations, but just like the Swiss Army knife, you may not be able to get the right function to work at the right time. The Roman Candelabra works best as your only Mr. Store item, so there's less to juggle, or as one of many Mr. Store items, so that if one of the Candelabra's functions is unavailable, you can work around it. Overall, I rate the Roman Candelabra 3 out of 5 stars for quality of life. The ability to copy a monster once every 50 adventures is valuable to both item and meat farmers. Because the cooldown effect Everything Looks Purple is new to the game, the copies don't conflict with any other item or ability. Someone with 600 adventures in a day can get up to 13 new monster copies from the Roman Candelabra. I rate the package Roman Candelabra 4 out of 5 stars for farming. Several PvP minigames compare stats, hit points, elemental damage, or number of effects, all of which the Roman Candelabra helps. Sadly, the 10 elemental damage cannot be improved, while stat and hit point buffs can only be increased slowly due to the cooldown effects. I rate the Candelabra 2 out of 5 stars for PvP. The Roman Candelabra bundles together buffs and skills that can all be used to trim adventures from Ascension runs. The planning required to get the most advantage out of all the Candelabra's abilities is a feature rather than a bug for many people. I rate the package Roman Candelabra 4 out of 5 stars for speedruns. I hope this helps you decide if you should pick one up.